All right, so the last example of this section, it actually is bringing back the recursive formula. And the first thing is to identify the first 7 terms in the sequence. So first we have to remember how to deal with a recursive formula. Okay, so the first term, A1, is given, so that's 3. The second term is calculated by substituting in the term before it. It says 2 times the previous term plus 1. So we're going to do 2 times 3 plus 1. And that's going to get us 7. To get the third term, we're going to do 2 times the previous term, which is 7, and add 1. Okay, so that's 14 plus 1 is 15. So the fourth term, we're now up to the fourth term, right? Is going to be 2 times 15 plus 1. So that gets us 31. The fifth term is going to be 2 times the previous term of 31. So that's 62 plus 1 will be 63. The sixth term is going to be 2 times the 63. So that's 126 plus 1 more would get us 127. 127. Okay, and then the last term, the seventh term, is going to be 2 times 127, which is 254, plus 1 more, which would get us 255. So that's bringing back some of that old math that we learned a couple units ago. So if I put in my n, which is my 1 through 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and now I actually put in the values I've got for the terms, this becomes my data table. So in my first 5, 3, then 7, then 15, then 31, 63, 127, and 255. I could have just given you those numbers, but I wanted you to recall how we dealt with recursive formulas. So that was identifying the first 7 terms of the sequence. Now we're going to use the method of finite differences, which we just picked up, to decide if there is a formula, a polynomial function, for this sequence. Okay, so what that means, if I'm looking at 7 terms, that means I can go down to the 5th line of differences, and if I don't find any constant number there, then it can't be described as a polynomial function. So let's go ahead and do the first line of differences. So 7 minus 3 is 4. 15 minus 7 is 8. So it's definitely not linear. 31 minus 15 is 16. 63 minus 31 is 32. 127 minus 63 is 64. And 255 minus 127 is 128. So it's not linear. So we'll put an X there. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the second line of differences. 8 minus 4 is 4. 16 minus 8 is 8. 32 minus 16 is 16. 64 minus 32 is 32. 128 minus 64, well, that's 64. So it's not quadratic. So it's not second degree. So let's go ahead and look at the third degree. 8 minus 4 is 4. 16 minus 8 is 8. 32 minus 16 is 16, and 64 minus 32 is 32. Starting to see a pattern here, guys. So it's not cubic. All right, let's try next level, quartic. 8 minus 4 is 4, 16 minus 8 is 8, and 32 minus 16 is 16. It is not quartic. And the last line I'm able to do, which is 8 minus 4 and 16 minus 8, shows us that it is also not 5th degree. There's no special term for that we use. So the most we can say for this example is that this recursive formula cannot be represented by a polynomial function of degree 5 or less. That is a good statement for us to make. That is the most we can say. We can't say it's exponential. We can't say it's logarithmic. We can't say any of those things. But what we can say is that it's not a polynomial function of degree 5 or less.